Hello again. Hi. See ya. Won't want to be here. As you seen, Liverpool. My dad's home city. I'm just gonna wait a minute. Just gonna have a light up at the moment. Yeah, I'm just sorting out other things. Yeah. I've just been reading an article on the Daily Express. As you say, the New York Post is the toilet paper record. Okay. And so is the Daily Express, and so is all the other toilet papers of record from what's happened. I mean, there was all these like big terrorist attacks that happened in Europe, and all these big terrorist attacks that happened over here. You're getting mass stabbings, you're getting mass shootings, and you're getting mass, um, um, you're getting people riding trucks and running people over. So as you're wondering, like, how the hell are they getting hold of these weapons? For fuck's sake. Yeah, that's a big question. How the hell are they getting hold of these weapons? Well, we can't get hold of these weapons ourselves in Europe, and the UK. And says they got them on this dark website. I mean, that's completely absurd. Okay, I've just read an article in the Daily Express saying, "Oh well, we need to use armed police to catch shoplifters, and we need to use armed police to catch to go towards pub fights and various other things. A pub fight's a pub fight, okay? You don't need to go in with a 9mm Glock and shoot everyone in sight, okay? It's fine. But when you look at this at the moment with the what's it called? This new training that's come in place, which is neural linguistic programming and what's it called? Applied behavioural psychology. I mean, which is basically the same. So, how come the police in the UK are becoming so much militarised, and the police have become so much militarised right now? And there's good restrictions on UK legal gun owners in the UK and Europe, and the governments are wanting the police to have this huge amount of weaponry on a hugely disarmed people. I mean, doesn't history teach you that? Okay. I went through the statistics, I went through all that, but from what I can say, that it's impossible to get your hands on an automatic rifle in Europe and the UK. They say, oh well, you can get these rifles on the market for at least €500, but what is the black market is, but what controls the black market? And they say it's impossible to get where you can get these AK-47s. You can get all these things on the market for at least about €500, which is around about how much in old money? That's around about £300, or in US it is around about $1,000. Uh, I'll say around about $700, $800. Now, how come they're coming down heavily on UK gun owners when they've had nothing? Absolutely, almost something around about 1% in Europe and in UK is that, oh, it's involving UK legal gun owners. That's complete bullshit. I mean, if you look at the numbers, it's around about 0.6 or something like that, or 0.17 if you look at the numbers. Now, if you look at Ryan Garish and his exposure of common purpose, if you look at Albert Burgess and John Hirst's exposure of the EU and exposure of everything that's happening at the moment. And now, what really puzzles me around is like, how come these terrorist attacks that are never happening in Israel, never happening on um, on UK government buildings, and how come that it's not happening for this and happening for that? On, I mean, the Bataclan wasn't near a government building, was it? Well, it was in the capital. The other things. I mean, what about these attacks that happened in US? They got taken out in just under a couple of minutes. What about the attacks that happened in Europe? It took around about a couple of hours, and in the UK, okay. And the government media is saying that, oh well, there's mass shootings in the UK, no, the US, and how come there's mass shootings uh, in US and the blame on the US? What about mass stabbings in China? What about mass stabbings and mass shootings in Europe and mass shootings and mass stabbings in the UK? I mean, that's what they tell you, but it's all bollocks. They say, oh, it's all mass shootings in the US. No, bollocks. I mean, our crime rate is around about 80%. Their crime rate is around about 0.3%. I mean, their crime rate is high in areas which are roughly 80% in areas where they ban the guns. That's including Illinois. That's including, well, I'll say, yeah, 80%. That's including Illinois. That's including New York. That's including San Francisco. That's 1 in 5 in Illinois, and that is in yeah, around about 11,000 guns. So I'll say that's about 1 in 11. So that is round about, let's have a look, is around about 200 per week. No, 200 per month, I would say. I mean, you haven't got all that, but if you look at it as a metric, and if you look at these stats, it all changes, it all varies, but it still stays the same, a constant. Now, we've got the same crime, but we've got the crime rates in the UK, but it's not involving guns, it's involving knives, it's involving this, and it's involving legal home invasions. So how come, for instance, that the UK is coming down heavily on UK legal gun owners, and how come they're coming down heavily on people in the sports, and they're cracking down on this and they're cracking down on that, and the police are getting militarised? Have you ever read history? Okay, so how come they say, oh well, they got this stuff off Darknet, they got this stuff off this Darknet, this website? I mean, who's controlling this Darknet? I mean, it's impossible. You can't even get hold of a weapon in Europe unless if it's for export and import purposes. You can't do it, because if you're in Europe, if you're in the UK, you can't get hold of it because it has to go through fucking customs first, right? And how come these attacks are never, like I said, how come these attacks are never happening on government buildings? How come? And happening on public streets? It really surprises me. It really gets me. But the thing is, why they say, oh well, they got this left and they got this right. Oh, we need to close the borders. We need to do this. And guess what? It's not happening. They're bringing them all in, all military age. And how come they're saying, oh well, we need to make peace with these people when they're going to come in here with machetes and rifles to kill us? Because the government is running them. What do they say? They're arming them, protecting them, and directing them and giving them safe tenure. What does the collated plan do? What does the collated plan say? Have you ever thought about that? Use your head. Wake up. The government is not working for us. The government is not working for anyone. It's working for themselves. How come they say, oh well, we need to ban guns, while they live in heavily guarded places? I mean, who are they working for? Not working for us. They're working for tiny little people. Think about it, folks. Think about it. And I'm going to tell these anti-gunners, you think that you're safe in this time where the economy is going to go, which it is? Think about it, folks. Think about it. And I'm going to tell all my police brothers and sisters, think about it. I mean, you're supposed to protect the public, aren't you? You're not supposed to protect the government, are you? The government, although is your employer, but who employs the government? We employ the government. So when we employ the government, we employ you. Think about it. You're supposed to uphold the law, not the law of the elite. Not the privilege for you, but the whole of the people of this country. Think about it, folks. We're going down a very slippery slope at the moment. And I'm going to tell you this right now. They're bringing these people in because they want genocide. And the people that they're financing in terms of the terrorists via the security services, because they're getting off scot-free. And why do people in this country have to face fines and all this and all these things, and the innocent people, right? And yet these terrorists walk free, and they go up and they go into some and they go and rape someone on the street, and guess what? And they go up into Syria, which they run the terrorists. They run the terrorists, the government, the elite, but the government that run terrorists. Guess what? They run, and guess what? They come back here, and they face no justice. You see what I mean? Think about it, folks. Think about it. And I'm going to say to my police brothers and sisters, help us, help you, and guess what? We can get this, and we can nip this problem in the bud. So, stop being slaves, and I'm telling you to my civvies, stop being slaves, and stop being disarmed, and start using your head, and start thinking clearly. And stop saying, oh well, we need all this, and oh well, we need to do all that. The same people said this in Nazi Germany. The same people said this in Soviet Russia. The same people said this in Communist China. The same people who are running this world, who are running our governments, the same people that they brought in those areas. And guess what? I want out of it. Think about it. If liberty can survive, use your head. Stop going on the government line. Okay? Think about it. You want freedom and you want prosperity. You want all this, and you don't want government intrusion and terrorism. Guess what? What is the original word for terrorism? Terrorism is an adjective. No, it's an adjective. No, it is a noun for political means. They're using this for political means by the left and via radical Islam, via the Collated plan and via Operation Gladio. Look up Operation Gladio. Look up Dr. Coleman. Look up Tarpley. Look up Alex Jones. Look at all the various other things that we've told and what we've said for years. Think about it, folks. Think about it. Use your head. I can't do the thinking for you. You can only do the thinking for yourself. And as you say, only the devil makes work for idle thumbs. If you do not really, really, really understand do not really take up a stand. They're getting rid of our militaries, and they're getting rid of this, and they're getting rid of that, and they're militarising the police at the same time, and then they're disarming the people, and then they're disarming the military themselves, the true military. And I'm telling you, the people in the British Army, the people in the US Army, I'll say the people in all the militaries, wake up. I'm sure they're awake. They're awake. I'm sure there are good people in the police and good people in government and good people in the military. Think about it, folks. Think about it. Use your head. Don't go for these talking points with this teleprompter reading bimbo media. Use your head. Okay? That's all I can say. Use your head. And really put two and two together and you can see it all. And this, what we're living in these times, people say it's the end times, but now what we're seeing is the times to try men and women's souls. Think about it. And I'm saying this straight to everyone in this world. If you want a sense of peace and you want a sense of getting rid of this evil disease on our lives, which is globalism, use one thing. Stand up. Start taking back your rights. Because I'm telling you right now, there's a lot of people in this country that are willing to take back their rights. And the government is kicking the fucking armed forces into the dust. And they're kicking us into the dust. And be only left for the defence forces to defend us against this elite. And guess what the elite are using? The police. This country is a police state. It is a police state. It's a hellhole. We can't just do this on our... We can't just do this one at a time. We would have to start working with each other. I have nothing against the police. Nothing against them. But since when did the disarming the military and disarming the people themselves in this country and worldwide and the US, and guess what? We have mass militarization of private police forces and private this and private that, and guess what? The politicians live in luxury with their globalist masters, and they say we can't have guns to defend ourselves. Look at the MPs. They're screaming for protection as well. Think about it. And you say that, oh, well, we don't need these things, we don't need that. Just think about the slippery slope you're leading yourself into. I've explained what happened in the past. If you look at when governments take away guns from the people, guess what you get? Democide. That's around about. Let's have a look at it now. 300 million people have died at the hands of government, and that is outside of war alone. That is when he's taken the firearms from the people. That is around about 4.2% of the world's population. That's around about 300 and 315th of the population of the United States. That's around about 1 in 10. Okay. Or around about 1 in 10. You've got at least 5 times the population of the UK. Look at the population of China, which is at least 1.2 billion. That's around about 1 in 5. 1 in 3. No, 1 in 4. That's around about 1.2. So you got 1.2. So you go 3, 6, 9, 12. 1.2 billion. So you got 1 in 4. So you got 1 in 10. So roughly you got 1 in 1 in the United States. If you look at it, if you look at the and if you look at that, is a population average of the United States. That's around about 90%. Okay. And if you look at it, in the past 100 years, it's around about 3 million a year. That's including Germany, that's including Cambodia, that's including Uganda, that's including Armenia, that's including UK as well, that's including the US, that's including Russia, that's including, Russia, for instance. Russia has at least around about 2 to 300 million. That's around about 1.5 greater. And they killed. What did Mao kill? 81 million. What did Stalin kill? He killed 60 million. What did Hitler kill? 20 million. Think about that one. Think about the totals. Total it up. Total what happened in Armenia. Total what happened in Cambodia. Total what happened in Uganda. Costa Rica. Nicaragua. Think about that one. Think about it. Think about what happened in the past, and if you really understand what terrorism is doing and what the terrorists want, they want it all. And guess what? While the politicians screaming blind says, "Oh, we need to take this and we need to take that, we need to do this," while they're knowingly involved. You see all this stupid fucking crap on friggin' Question Time says, "Oh, we need to do this in the name of terrorism," and then you get these stupid people on the other side. They're working for each other. Oh, we need to. What we're gonna have to do this to protect them, so we can do this into the name of terrorism. No. It's fucking bollocks. Use your head. If we're gonna have a civilized world, if we're gonna have a world of freedom and peace and liberty, we're gonna have to start working together, aren't we? We can't escape it together, can we? I mean, even if the US kick out the globalists, they're gonna come back in. So if we're gonna kick out the globalists in the UK, we're gonna have to work with the US, aren't we? We're gonna have to work with, say, like Trump, or we're gonna have to work with someone that can help us, or we're gonna have to work with people like in Europe to help us, and we can help them. But there's one thing. The big thing, big thing, is the conscience of ourselves and the people. Think about it, folks. Use your head. I'm for gun ownership. I don't mean no harm to anyone. I don't want to kill a fly. I don't want to do that. I'm for animal rights. I'm for these rights. I'm for this. I'm for that. I don't mean any harm to anyone. There's one thing that I mean harm to. Is no one. I mean harm to no one else. It's as simple as Think about it. Use your head. Use your mind. Your mind's a wonderful thing. If freedom and peace and liberty is going to happen in this world, and in the next generation we can conquer the stars together, and we can build up humanity, and we can empower humanity, instead of going for all this crap, instead of going for all this stupid TV and all that crap. And that's one thing. Why is the people asking for this in the fucking Express? Why? Because, do you know why? Because they want government. But government is not doing anything for them. I mean, what did government do in 7/7, 9/11? Plea, Hungerford, all the school shootings in the US, all the school shootings over here, all the other crap that's going on in Europe, all the crap that's going on in Russia, all the crap that's going on in Asia, in Africa, because ill-informed. And I'm going to say to the people, I'm just going to say to the place, think of what side you're on at the moment. I'm going to say to the people in the armed forces, even particularly in the US, UK, and European armed forces, are you going to have to carry their plans out for them as well? And also to the law enforcement, are you going to have to stand up for us, or are we going to have to start defending ourselves? Think about it. I have no problem with the place. I've no problem. I've no problem against them whatsoever. I've people who served in the place. Now, what we need to do is to work together. Stop going through this stupid craze. Oh well, Proof of Paris. What's it called? Je suis Charlie Hebdo. Non, je suis né pas Charlie Hebdo. What about SOS à Paris? What about what's it called? Pray for Belgium. Pray for Germany. Pray for this. What about all these stupid fucking thumbnails? You've been had. And guess what? All these things happen in 8 days, or in a week, or in 2 days. You're going to go back to your merry ways, and guess what? Lo and behold, bang! And then next something happens in fucking Copenhagen. Oh, you're going to say pray for Copenhagen? Oh yeah, gun control. And that's not going to stop terrorism, is it? Appeasement is not going to stop terrorism. It's not going to happen whatsoever. It's not going to happen whatsoever. And also, there's one thing I'd like to point out. Gun control is not going to stop terrorism. Militarism and the militarization of the place is not going to stop terrorism, is it? Or am I wrong? Am I being cynical here? Just think about it. Use your brain. You have a brain, and stop fucking going for the stupid reality TV shit. Stop going for it. It's not going to do any good. It's not going to do anyone any good. And you got these stupid fucking programs and these stupid fucking documentaries. It says, oh, you're going to be this, or you're going to be that. Oh, these fucking policemen are going to be used and doing that. No, it's not going to do anything for society. Unless a society becomes far freer, unless you use your head and use your inhibitions. Use your mind. Instead of going for the shit, use your head. And this is like a complete run of the mill, run of the mill, carry on, carry on, carry on, carry on, carry on as if it never happened. And guess what? You can carry on if it never happened, and guess what? To say, oh, cheer on, it may never happen to you. No, it will happen to you. Unless you don't wake up. Because even if the terrorist attacks happening in this country, even if anything, you got this mass stabbings, you got all this stuff, and you got all this stuff, all things happening around at the moment, you obviously are mistaken that you can trust government to protect you. Well, the former advisor to Gordon Brown said, use your head. Government cannot protect you. They cannot protect you. Government is a racket. It's become a racket. It has become a racket. It's become a racket on you. You have become vulnerable, and you become gullible at the same time because of what it is: manufactured consent. I can't do all this on my own, and we can come together and start using our heads and stop getting our heads out the sand, the proverbial sand, which is reality TV. This so-called reality TV, that's a complete contradiction, isn't it? The stupid magazines, I don't give a shit who fucking, which football player novel, which fucking wants misses. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit who's fucking, which celebrities fucking falling on their arse in the middle of some fucking nightclub, being pissed and fucking use drugs and everything. I don't give a shit. That's a diversion. I don't give a shit. It's won the fucking bus trucker trials. I don't give a shit. It's won fucking X Factor. I don't just give a shit. I don't give a shit anymore. I've been down that road. I've been down the road of shitty education. I've got shitty grades. I had shitty grades at school and college, but I'm trying my hardest to get every single thing back. And I'm focusing on them. I'm trying to achieve. And I've had good success over the years. But stop using your frigging... Stop looking into the smartphones. Stop looking into... Oh yes, a smartphone is a smartphone. But what is good a smartphone is going to do if you're going to be in a terrorist attack, if you're going to be in a situation? Oh, I'm going to call me home. Oh, let's put it up on fucking Facebook mentions. Let's put it on fucking YouTube. Oh yeah, YouTube's going to take that down. They don't give a shit. They don't give a shit if the fucking collateral's there. I mean, the government don't give a shit about us at all. They don't give a shit if they take away all the guns. They don't give a shit if they militarise the place. Because there's a lot of innocents going to die. Think about it. I'm not there to do the thinking for you. You need to do the thing for yourself. But I'm there to sound the clarion call. And there's a lot of people that have come in the past. Some are good people. And now, there's a lot of division. We become victims of our own self-indulgence. And do you know what self-indulgence is? Indulging in something that we don't need. I'm not saying that we have to give up everything. No. I'm saying use your brain and use your intellect. I'm not here to say, oh well, I can rant as much as I like. But when does the ranting end? When does your mind start to come awake again? Instead of being in this false reality. I mean, what the hell? I've been on this for 35 minutes right now. And I bet you just go, oh, you're just gonna go, oh, you're just gonna go, oh, your way. Yeah, well, the terrorists, like I said before, they're just gonna go to another country. Well, they've raped someone or they've stole from someone in this country, and they're gonna go all the way to some fucking place where they've been sent by. Sorry, the government. They've been sent by or they've gone onto this government transport. Sorry, allegedly. On this transport all the way to Syria to blow themselves up, or to go and blow up and do all this other stuff, and then go and do this and come back. And then they're going to get a free pass. Yeah, they're going to get a free pass. Because of all the political correctness and all the multiculturalism that has infected this country. So, and what was it? Something happened. A fella got arrested for protecting himself in his own house on suspicion of assault from a knife-wielding maniac. Think about this. Also, the other thing is, what about the fella that was cutting his own grass? And then he got a criminal penalty by the council. The council's not there for us. They're just to make money, like the fucking government. They're making money on our deaths. They're making money on this, and they're making money on that. Including elite. They don't give a shit. You think you're free? Yeah, right. You think you live in a common law country? Yeah, right. Just think about it. It's really comical. I have to laugh and I have to cry. Because the reason I have to laugh, because if I have to cry all the time, I would end up becoming a complete fucking recluse. And I don't want to become a recluse. I want to converse with people, even if they disagree or agree with me on many other things. I'm a libertarian. I'm for all rights, for all people. The right to keep and bear arms, the right to private property, the right to trial by jury, the right to economic freedom, the right to life. Not like this fucking government is saying that we all. I mean, the government says, "Oh well, we have all these human rights." Human rights. Human rights can be taken because the reason why human rights were originally written by these people, because they can take it away. Because rights do not come from government. Rights come from the one above, the big man upstairs. Even if you believe in God. I mean, if you don't believe in God, you don't believe in God. But as my local priest said, God works through those who do not believe him. And also, I don't care if you're gay, bi, or this, or Muslim, whatever. I don't care. Christian, whatever. I'm a libertarian. But I'm a libertarian in my reason. My reason is to live. My reason is for the people. Not just of this country, but of this world. The other people who share my leanings, who share my common sense. I mean, it's not about this. Oh well, we need equality. It's not just equality. Use your head. Common sense. Stop being minorities. Becoming free again. You can have free association. I don't have any problem with that. Use your head. Think about it. Now it's just been 40 minutes 5 seconds, but I'm gonna say good night, and I'm bowing out for now. I love you all. I love every single person, even in uniform and even in the civvy, because you are special and you are human beings as well, and you do have these things that you want in life. Think about it. The world is not just an oyster. The world is a pearl of wisdom that we can use within ourselves. It's not just within our minds and our souls, it's within our flesh, and it's within our spirit alone that makes us to who we are, one above, not above the rest, in this universe and in this great, wonderful world that we live. So reclaim your sovereignty, reclaim your rights, reclaim it all, because where we're going is going to be hell. But unless we use our heads and we open our minds to ideas and we open our minds and to becoming free again, the possibilities are endless.